Hello beautiful people, welcome to another video where I'm gonna do another multichrome eyeshadow tutorial. This one is combined with the matte and also with the multichromes. For the most part here on this channel I do review products, but also a big crucial thing for me is to practice makeup and try to not only test the products but to practice makeup techniques. My favorite is eyeshadow, so without any further ado, let me show you how I've done this makeup look. First things first, I'm starting off with my base, and in my case that is Pillows base number 02. Love this base and I think the texture of it is suitable, especially if you are doing more colorful makeup looks and you want your eyeshadow to stay really pigmented. Good base is crucial. I'm gonna start today's look with the Xenon palette with the Trail shade, which is a matte white shade, and it's actually what I need for today, like cool toned, really light shade. And I'm adding this shade with a flat brush underneath my eyebrow right here in the center. But what I will do with the same shade, just apply it right here because I want to mix my next color with the white so that the transition it's much more smoother. And whenever you want your eyeshadow to be a little bit kind of a smooth blended, you do want to have a lighter shade underneath because it's gonna make your job easier. Another amazing palette from Natasha Denona, which I really love, is this Multichrome palette. I really love the formula, I love the color story, basically I love everything about this palette. And so I will start right here with this shade, take the excess off, really pigmented, taking bigger blending brush at this point because it is a light shade. I can use a bit bigger blending brush, it's not a problem, and it will lighten up, especially because we do have lighter shade underneath what we have discussed already. And right now what I am going to do is to apply more of this shade. By the way, the name of this shade is called, I think it's called Strike. I can't read the back of this palette because it's been erased. Once again, especially if you are into blues, I know this is not a color story for a lot of the people, right? But quality is great, color story is great, and for me personally, not the fact that I'm just loving blue color, but in general, I really do love color. I love to recommend this palette. Before we move on to a darker shade, because this right here will be really dark, what I'm going to do, I will connect this lighter shade first before I move into the darker one. Like, you can apply darker shade right here, have great opacity, but I'm gonna have opacity of the color either way because, like I mentioned, the quality is good and then the eyeshadow grabs beautifully. And I want to diffuse this right here as much as I can into my skin before I move on to a next shade. I'm trying not to touch this area right here. If I can, if I do, it doesn't really matter at this point that much. I'm gonna take a bullet brush and I'm gonna go in with the first shade, which is this kind of a middle depth vibrant blue, and it's a bit skip from the previous shade, but we will make it work. Take smaller blending brush and just now work on the edges before we move on to a bigger blending brush. Going once again with the same color, and now we need to focus to blend, slowly starting working on the edges. I'm sorry if you hear outside noise, the kids are screaming in this neighborhood. The weather is so beautiful. I opened my window and just to have here like the fresh air is amazing because it's finally we're having beautiful weather, and being kind of stuck in this filming space and just for the whole winter, always having my windows closed because of the aircon. Once again, same eyeshadow, and see how again it becomes pigmented. Look how vibrant this is. Wow, this is great formula. I cannot wait for Natasha to release another palette. I know we have like zillion palettes out there. Natasha's been launching a lot of the products, especially like the eyeshadow palettes and stuff, but I have to say the last one, the formula, depending on who is using it for, it can be good, definitely, but for me it's not my favorite. Like, it's not something I personally am enjoying. This is what I'm enjoying. It doesn't necessarily have to be, of course, doesn't have to be blue, but when I have pigmentation like this, I am beyond happy, and it's blending nicely. Even though it's blue, it doesn't have to be intimidating. I am adding lighter blue shade, and then for the end I will go with a deeper one. So I'm basically just switching between two shades. And now what I'm going to do is to add a little bit of depth right here with the same deeper blue shade. Nothing too much. Getting my bigger blending brush where I use lighter blue shade. I can always come back later, but as this is really small, precise blending brush, makes your job easier to apply the color. Going in once again with this lighter shade to make transition right here. Now with the NYX glitter primer, with my flat brush, I am applying this one in this area right here before I move on to my Multichrome. And honestly, this is what is going to give kind of a punch to the whole look. Can you see this? And the NYX glitter primer is the one that keeps everything like really in place. The Multichrome will stay here for a lot of the time. So these are Tammy Tenuka Multichromes, and I will try to link them, and because I don't have names written in English, so I'll have to figure which one is which, but here they are, and they are truly stunning. Now with a tiny brush, I'm going back with the mini Multichrome palette, and where my Multichrome meets the matte eyeshadow, I will emphasize that area. Nothing too crazy, this is how it looks. Let me just clean everything. Okay, let me explain what have I done. I did apply Ardell Naked Lashes in Style 421, my favorite one. I did apply gel liner in Glot 77 in my upper waterline, and also just a little bit outside of my eye. And what I've done, I did cut with the base, or you can just use basically a concealer. I did cut my shadow to be sharp, and I cleaned everything. Of course, I applied some mascara, and this is what I have at the moment, but I'm thinking to add something in my inner corner as well. Yeah, time to finish off the lower lash line, and that will be it for the eyes today. Also, at the end, I wanted to mention, I haven't filmed that, but for my lower lash line, I just basically what I've done, I combined Tipu with the Flags eyeshadow, and that's mainly what I've done. And also in my inner corner, I did apply from the Xenon palette lightest shade, light matte shade. These two Tammy Tenuka Multichromes that I've used, I will link them down below so you can check them out. And also I wanted to mention that when it comes to Multichromes, usually I do apply one Multichrome across my lid, because that's the way that it will show the best its color shifting. However, in this case, because this yellowish color, it's such a contrast from the blue, and I had to do something to combine it, and I mixed the other Multichrome, but it turned out so beautifully in combining with this matte blue, also with everything else. Once again, I just wanted to mention, where is it? It's not here. Mini Triochrome from Natasha Denona. Gorgeous, amazing formula, amazing palette. the price point is great. So if you're not intimidated with the color story and you're thinking about it, go for it. It's a really good one. Before you leave, make sure to watch this video where I discuss brand new Hourglass Vanish pressed powder. Did I like it or not? We'll discuss in this video, so stay tuned for that one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you really soon in my next one. Thank you. Bye bye.